Hey, and welcome back to another Twinmotion video. In this video we're going to be looking at how we can take models from Revit and get them into Twinmotion, but not only that, how the impacts on material application within Revit applies in Twinmotion. And so we can start to apply materials within Twinmotion that are correct and start to work with our Revit model. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time dealing with materials in Twinmotion, but just how the interaction with the Revit elements is, and we'll save materials and a deep dive in materials for a future video in the near future. Before I jump right into it, if you do happen to learn something or you just like the video at any point, if you wouldn't mind, please demolishing that like button. It really helps me out a lot. So jumping right into it, I'm in a basic scene here. I've got my vegetation scattered everywhere, and I want to start to change some of the materials because in this project that I pulled in from Revit, I have no materials applied in Revit. Everything is by category. There's nothing applied at all. And so to show you that for sure and show you that that is the case, let's go back to my library materials, and let's say I want to add a metal material to this garage door. Maybe I want to use this galvanized steel, and so I drag this here, and I can see not only was that garage door changed to the galvanized steel, but everything in my entire scene was changed to galvanized steel. And again, that is because everything in my scene has no material applied. It's all by category, and I'm basically starting from scratch. Now, you would not be doing this, or at least I hope you wouldn't be in this situation, but I did this specifically for this video so that we could see why this works this way and how everything from Revit is populated in Twinmotion when it comes to importing. So if you remember, I did a previous video on importing into Twinmotion, and that is completely different than pulling in directly from Revit with the direct link. I have another video on the direct link, so I'd recommend you look at that. But now we're going to look at specifically the materials and how they begin to apply and work with that direct link. So I have this direct link model, and it's just the sample house here, and I've got all my different categories with all the elements in those folders. And what we're seeing here is I have actually all my elements. There's no way of changing how this is imported. If I were to actually look at the imports, and if I had any imports, I could determine the hierarchy or the way they're organized. I like to say the organization of the model of the import after it's brought into Twinmotion, and those options are to keep the hierarchy, is in kind of like we have here. We've kept the hierarchy, we kept the objects the way they are. There's nothing that is compressed in a certain way, or we could choose to import them with materials and focusing on the materials. So in a sense, Twinmotion would group every object of the same material in the same folder, in the same place, so it is actually the same object. Now, I don't want to do this, and the Revit doesn't do this with the direct link. Every object is their own. I have individual coffee tables, individual tables, all things are individual, and that's good because I can go and just add materials here and there to the different objects. But that's not actually the case until I've done that within Revit. So if I go back to Revit now, we can see that again, everything is gray, everything's the same. If I click on this topography, the material is by category. Clicking on the subregion, it's by category. If I click on this roof and go in here, it's just a basic roof. There's absolutely no materials applied. So as an example, let's go ahead and take this topography and let's just go ahead and call this grass. I'm going to make a new material. I'm not going to be fancy with anything Revit material, but I'm just going to start making new materials. So I'm going to call this grass. That's great. And I also want to add a material to this pathway here, and let's go ahead and make a new material, and let's call this path, and I'll click OK. Perfect. And so now I will see in Twinmotion, and now it's going to update everything in my scene. Let's go back to Twinmotion, and as soon as I do that, I'm going to get everything updated. And now we can see there is a slight difference in what I'm seeing here, because I've got this site here, which is the surface of the topography, and then I've got another one out here, which is something else. And that actually is different than, so I've got my topography here, and then my water, which is what I'm calling here, is actually modeled as a floor, just a separate element completely. And we can see the difference here because now they're different objects, they're different models. So let's see what happens when I start to change the material. So like I said, maybe we want to add some grass, not glass, grass. So let's come down to ground, nature, and then we can start to add a grass. So let's choose grass 3 and we can just dump it there. Great, looks good. So now we can see that the way my materials are applied within Revit do actually apply directly within Twinmotion, because one, I've got one material here for this site, and this is just the basic topography. It's a surface. There's my topography, there's my surface. And as soon as I click on this pavement or this subregion, whatever, we can see that I have topography and it's a subregion. So that's great. And now I can go ahead and choose a different material. So maybe again, let's go back to nature or ground and then man-made and just choose some asphalt. Let's choose an asphalt. There we go. So we've got these two different materials on what essentially is the same topography, but they're separate objects because they actually populate a separate object. And the reason that I have the different materials in the different on the different object is because I have a different material applied on different objects. So it's pulling directly from Revit, basically how you'd want it to, in that each object has its own material in this case, and you know, it would work the same if I changed this object of pavement to grass. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to take this subregion and I'm going to actually use the grass material. I've applied the grass material. We'll click C in Twinmotion. I'll go back here and immediately it's updated. Not only do I still see the subregion as its own element, but it is now populated with the grass because it's sharing the same material. And do we think this is a good thing or a bad thing? Well, I think this is perfect. This is the exact way that you'd want it to be, because if you had everything organized by a material, then it's kind of what we got here. We apply material to something, everything is grouped by material, and we're forced to use the materials. Or if we choose the hierarchy, then we have to apply things individually. So in a way, we have the best of both worlds because we have every object populated from Revit as its own object, but at the same time, if they happen to have the same material, that material is populated to all the objects with the same material, and that's perfect. That's exactly how you would want. So I'm going to go back to Revit. I'm going to undo that, hit C in Twinmotion, get that update because I might want it to be a separate material. We'll go back to Revit one more time. And let's go ahead and change this floor to water because, you know, I made that to be water and it is water. So let's go ahead and create a new material, call this water. Instead of default new material, we'll call this water. That's great. The only thing that Twinmotion is reading from this model, of course the objects and all that, but when it comes to materials, the only thing it's reading is where they're applied. Now if I have maps and all that, that's a different story and we'll talk about that in another video. But as far as organizing your Twinmotion projects, all you need to do really is just apply the correct material to the correct object. And so now let's go back here and we will go to water, and how about C1? Perfect. And so now we get the water showing up where it should. It looks a bit janky, but nonetheless it is working. That's looking pretty good. I'm actually going to hide that. There we go. That works out a little better. That starting ground is my problem. So we can see the water start to populate where it's supposed to. It looks pretty good. And now I've actually got a better organized model when it comes to materials because, you know, let's face it, that's what Twinmotion is all about. Looking at good materials, good objects, and really, regardless of what program you're working in, organization is the key. And the fact that Twinmotion sets up your models in a way to where each object is their own object, but every material applied to those objects, whether it's the same or not, is applied correctly within Twinmotion and populated based on the materials you apply in Revit. You're out of the box in the right direction. It's awesome. You can't really go wrong that way. So honestly, I would not recommend that if you're working with a Revit model that you import it as an FBX, for example. I would not recommend that because if we go to import, we have the option here of collapsing by material or by hierarchy. I've explained that already even in this video and as well as in another one. But if you do that, you're in a way forced to continuously update that export from Revit, which is kind of a pain in of itself. But we lose the option of essentially having the hierarchy and being organized by material. Now again, if you keep the hierarchy in the import, it will do similar things to the way the hierarchy is set up here. You'll have the hierarchy, and just the way Twinmotion performs, it is applying that material if you have the same material applied. But the fact that this is a direct link from Revit, and we have the hierarchy, and based on my model, I have all the materials applied, and wherever they're applied, I have the same material applied in Twinmotion, is the exact thing that you'd want. So I would highly recommend using the direct link within Revit because it's so easy. You've seen me do it. I've done a video on it. I'd highly recommend checking that out too, seeing how it works more specifically. That will do it for looking at how materials are brought in from Revit direct link and the interaction with the objects. Again, it's very simple. I sure hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, and more specifically, if you learned something, if you wouldn't please demolish that like button. It really helps and tells me that you did learn something. Also, if you wouldn't mind changing the phase of that subscribe button to existing, that also helps me out a lot. If you have any suggestions, leave those in the comment section below. I'll get back to all those comments there. Sure hope to see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.